Hello family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and this weekend I am out at the Hancock Homestead because we have another busy weekend ahead of us. Today we're getting ready to go over to Karen and Matt's home to celebrate Christmas with them and the grandkids, because on Christmas we are traveling to Texas to see Paul and Edna, and Katie will be joining us, and Karen and Matt are also going this year with the kids. So we'll be having a great big family Christmas down at Paul and Edna's house in Texas. But we don't want to take all those gifts down there. We'd have to have a U-Haul. So we're going to go ahead and celebrate Christmas with the grandkids over at their house this weekend, so that then over Christmas weekend we can be traveling and visiting with all of the family. Anyway, since we're counting this as sort of our Christmas meal, I am fixing the traditional, for us, the traditional lasagna dinner. I told Karen that if my leg was able, that I wanted to fix the lasagna, so we agreed to have a frozen lasagna on standby, just in case my leg wasn't able to tolerate being in the kitchen. But I'm actually having a pretty good day. Lasagna is not that hard to make, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And as you can see, I've already got my dishes out. I'm fixing a big dish to take to Karen's, and then Paul's coming up for a short visit, so I'm making a smaller dish for us to have with him. Edna can't come because she has to work, so it'll just be John and I and Paul. But anyway, so that's what I'm working on, is the traditional lasagna meal for our Christmas with Karen and Matt. And the noodles are done, so I'm going to take them off. And I have a pan here that I've sprayed, and I'm going to lay these out on that pan to cool. If I can find my grabbers. Oh, there they are. Okay. So do you guys have a traditional meal that you like to have either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? When I used to do the Christmas Day meals, I would always do ham and scalloped potatoes, deviled eggs, glorified rice. But since we kind of got away from doing Christmas Day, because each of the kids have grown and now have their own families or friends to celebrate with, we do more like Christmas Eve or individual Christmases. And so I've gone to fixing lasagna, because lasagna is something that I can fix ahead of time and still be able to take over to Karen and Matt's, and then they can just pop it in the oven while we're exchanging gifts. So then we just go ahead and exchange the gifts, and then after the gifts, everything's already heated up and ready to eat. Karen usually fixes a nice salad, and then she usually does some cheese bread. And her and the kids, grandkids, usually make sugar cookies. So, so that's what we'll be doing today. I will try to share a little bit of our Christmas at Karen and Matt's, but I don't want to invade their privacy too much. So it'll just be a short clip and maybe a couple of pictures. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. John's been taking presents over to their house all week to store away so that we wouldn't have all of that to do today. So the presents are already over there. Karen's been putting them under the tree. And so I'm very excited to see the kids' reactions and just have a good day with Karen and Matt and the grandkids and the foster grandchild. So, really looking forward to this day. Okay friends, well, I'm getting ready to fix our traditional Christmas Eve meal. It's not Christmas Eve, but we're going to be gone Christmas Eve, and this is the day we're going to Karen and Matt's to celebrate Christmas with them. So I am taking over our traditional meal, which is lasagna, my homemade lasagna. Now I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do homemade lasagna this year with my knee, so we had a frozen lasagna set aside just in case. But yeah, so Stovers, you're going to have to wait because I'm able to cook today. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start making the lasagna, and it's just a matter of layering things. I did spray both of my pans with some cooking spray, and then I do always put a layer of spaghetti sauce in the bottom to kind of act as a cushion. And then it's just a matter of putting in noodles, meat sauce, and then the 4 cheeses, which include mozzarella, cottage, ricotta, and Parmesan. Okay, so it's also sometimes referred to as a 4-cheese lasagna because of your 4 cheeses. And I just cooked the noodles according to the package on the box. And then the meat sauce is just a large jar of ragu mixed in with hamburger, cooked hamburger. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start preparing this. Okay, family and friends, so as I'm layering the ingredients for this lasagna, I want to tell you about an event that Karen and I attended yesterday. And that was the Monroe City Christmas Stroll. And they have it going down Main Street, and then they have it going down the business highway. And on Main Street, they have vendors set up on the sidewalks. And then, of course, the businesses that you can actually go into. And it's just something fun that Karen and I get to do together every year. And Matt takes care of the kids so that we can have this time together. So Karen and I were doing the leisurely stroll yesterday and just having so much fun. Well, this year they came up with a new activity for the strollers, and that was selfie stations. The different businesses, indoor businesses, and then also the vendors would set up selfie stations. And there were 32 businesses participating in the selfie stations. Now there were a lot more vendors, but there were only 32 that chose to do the selfie stations challenge. And the challenge is that if you took pictures of yourself at 23 of the 32, or if you took pictures of yourself at 22 of the 32 businesses, then you got your name put into a drawing to get what they call chamber bucks, and that's money that you can spend within the town. Well, when Karen and I started the stroll, our goal was just to have fun, enjoy the walk. You know, we had certain vendors that we really wanted to go and, you know, see. Karen has some Christmas gifts that she wanted to purchase. And, but we said, okay, well, we'll do the selfie stations at the ones we get to. And, you know, like if we get to enough, okay, and if we don't, okay. It wasn't our goal to do the challenge. It was our goal to have fun. Well, even though, you know, we took our time and we had a nice leisurely stroll and we visited the vendors we wanted to see plus others, we actually did make it to 22 of the 32 vendors that were participating. So we were able to get our name put into the drawing. And you have to turn in the selfie photos to the organizer, and then of course she verifies, you know, all of the information, and it's only a drawing, so you're not guaranteed to win, but you have a chance. And you know, it was just so much fun. Even if we don't win those chamber bucks, it was a really, really cool activity that they incorporated into this stroll, and a lot of people were having fun with it. And then another thing I noticed this year is they had a couple of caroling groups. The high school choir was doing some caroling, and then I don't know what the name of their group was. I call them the Monroe City the Monroe City carolers, because they're older people, kind of like in my age range, and they were out caroling. And so it was just so cool to have these carolers going down Main Street singing, and to have that selfie station activity to do. All right, so I've put on my meat sauce, and now I'm putting the different cheeses. And I just have a system where I do ricotta, and then the cottage cheese, and then I go through and do the mozzarella. And I just do dabs because as these melt, they will spread out. And I just picture kind of like where you're going to be cutting the different pieces and making sure that there's cheese in each one of those pieces. I am so glad that I'm having a good leg day. Okay, so let's see, and then the mozzarella. I won't do the one set aside for when Paul visits until the very end, because then I just use what's ever left to go in that one. I get the main one made first, and then I do the side one. So yeah, we just had so much fun, and I'll try to put in some pictures from the day. I won't put in 22 pictures, but I'll maybe pick 3 or 4 of my favorites and put them in here. And I'll do that now. So look for the Monroe City Christmas Stroll pictures now. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the pictures. Oh my goodness, we had so much fun taking them. Do you guys have any kind of a special event like that in your hometown? Are you a member of a caroling group? I can't sing. Karen can sing. She would be an awesome member of the caroling group if she had time. She does not have time right now. Between 3 kids of her own, fostering a child, and then substitute teaching, she just does not have time. But, oh, and then she's also part of this MOPS organization, Mothers of Preschoolers, and then she has her kids involved in 4-H and Girl Scouts, and so, yeah, she's a very busy parent. But anyway, she did find time for her mother yesterday, and I really, really appreciated that. And I appreciated Matt taking the kids so that we could have that time. So I don't mind cooking for them today. In fact, I'm enjoying it. And I'm so glad, like I said, that I'm having a good me day where I can do this. And it's not as labor intensive as what a Thanksgiving meal would have been. So just kind of have to stand in this one place and layer ingredients. Do you guys have a special meal that you like to prepare for your Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? When we used to do Christmas Day, I would always do ham and scalloped potatoes. But now that the kids each have their own families and friends to celebrate with, I don't have to do that meal anymore. Not have to. I don't get to do that meal anymore. I never felt like I had to. It was something I enjoyed. But now, you know, they just do their own thing, or like this year we're going down to Paul and Edna's for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so I'm sure Edna will have a wonderful meal prepared for us. And but yeah, we always enjoyed ham, scalloped potatoes, and then we always do the lasagna. So it has been a very, very busy month, and so we're only halfway through. We still have a few more days to go, half a month to go. Alright, that looks like enough of that part. John and I and Karen and the kids, we've done gingerbread houses, we've decorated the Christmas tree, we've hung up stockings. Emma helped me with the snow village, and so we've just had a very busy month already, and a lot more fun coming our way. Next weekend I get to babysit the grandkids while Karen has her Christmas with friends. Karen and Matt have their Christmas with friends. And then that's on Saturday. And then on Sunday, John got tickets for the four of us, me and him and Karen and Katie, to all go to St. Louis to the Fox Theater to see the Nutcracker. And I'm sure John got it mostly for the girls, but he gave me one of the best Christmas presents ever. I have always wanted to go to the Fox Theater, and I have always wanted to see the Nutcracker. So that's going to be a very exciting event that I can spend with my family. So, all right. Have any of you seen the Nutcracker? I've read about it, and I've seen versions of it on TV, but I've never seen it live. And this is an actual Russian ballet coming here to the States. So, very, very excited for next weekend. A day with the grandkids and a day at the ballet. At the Fox Theater watching a ballet. All right. Let's see, I think I can get one more layer. It always bubbles over a little bit, but we put a pan under it. So I get in 4 layers. I think. Is that right? Yep. I will try to share a few pictures and maybe a couple of clips from our Christmas together with Karen and Matt, but I won't be sharing very much at all. We kind of like to keep that part private, and especially with the foster child involved. So if I can find a clip or two, I might share. And if I can find a picture or two, I might share, and I'll put that at the end. But anyway, I am just so looking forward to today. And yes, this time I'm doing cottage cheese first, but it doesn't matter. All the cheeses get melted together, so it really doesn't matter. As long as I remember to add them all. Doesn't matter what order. This is the way I've always made my 4-cheese, 4-layer lasagna. Do you guys have a different way of doing your lasagna? When my kids were young and we would celebrate at home, we would always do presents to each other on Christmas Eve. So we would have a simple Christmas Eve meal, which was usually lasagna. And then on Christmas Day, Christmas morning, Santa would come. And then that afternoon, we would have a Christmas dinner of ham and scalloped potatoes and all the fixings. But as they grow up and moved on, things have changed a little bit. But I don't mind the changes, you know. I enjoy going to their homes and visiting with their families and having their meals. But I always like to fix what I call the Christmas Eve meal, even though it's not Christmas Eve, but we're going to Karen and Matt. I always like to do that for Karen because she already has so much to do. And we have it at her house, so, and she fixes the salad and the bread and the dessert. So this is just kind of my contribution, and I'm glad I'm able to do it. All right, one more layer of noodles. Sometimes they do. I try to spray the pan, but sometimes I have to layer them and then they stick. Okay, and so then after the last bit of noodles, then I just top with, you can top with meat sauce if you want, which I think I'll go ahead since I'm showing you that you can do that. But sometimes if you don't have enough room, I just cover it. Make sure it's completely covered with spaghetti sauce. So that, because you don't want those noodles to dry out. So, yeah, so then I take a jar of spaghetti sauce. Okay, since I don't want my top noodles to dry out, I take a jar of spaghetti sauce and I just pour it over the top to make sure that those noodles are completely covered. And yes, I usually make a mess when I cook. No big deal. Okay. Make sure I get all of those noodles covered with some kind of sauce so that they don't dry out. Squish them down in there. All right, and then I put on the final layer of mozzarella cheese. And I usually make the top layer pretty thick. Okay. And then you're probably saying, well, she has not done any Parmesan yet. Well, this is where I put on the Parmesan. Some people can put it in the middle of their lasagnas, but I always just wait and put it on the top of my lasagna. So I add the Parmesan to the top. Whoops, well, not that much. That was a big chunk that came out. And then people can add, we have Parmesan on the table where they can add it as they want to their own taste. All right, so this lasagna is ready to go. And what I will do is cover this with aluminum foil. I'll tint it up, and then this will just go to Karen's as is today. Sometimes I cook it ahead of time, but today I'm just going to wait until we get there because we have a little bit more time today. And I will cook it at her house. And then it'll be ready to go. We open presents first. We'll do presents from like 3 to 5. And then at 5, we'll be ready to eat the lasagna and enjoy our meal together. Okay, so we should have a fun day opening presents and enjoying the lasagna. I will make Paul's lasagna here in a few minutes, but I'm not going to show you that because you've already seen me do one lasagna, so it's just the same. And I am so looking forward to this. I enjoy the meal. I enjoy the visiting with Karen and Matt and the grandkids and John, and it's just a wonderful day. So I'm going to call this it for this video. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, hit that subscribe button to Kim's Country Corner, and I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye for now. Whenever I do the smaller casserole dish, I just cut my noodles in half, like so. So for those of you who are going, I don't think she's going to have enough noodles, I do, because I only use half noodles in the smaller dish. Okay, and then here's the second lasagna finished, the smaller one. And they both look really good. I'm very excited to eat them with my family. All right, 2 lasagnas prepared and ready to be cooked and then later enjoyed. All right, do we have all the number 1s?
Yes.
All right, you may open number 1. Oh, Jeffrey.
Like Mr. Prana. One
Yep.
is a box. I have a box. Oh, books. Ah.
Number 1 will always be books for Grandma. Yeah, Karen, you might have to sit with Jackson in order for him to get. Do you like Minecraft? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Mine is a box.
And let's not just throw them. Let's lay them nicely so they don't wrinkle.
I was like Mr. Prana. I think I'm going to be like Mr. Prana.
What's your second set, Jeffrey?
Well, why don't you put your
What's that?
in
What's
it
the other
after
set?
you get done looking at it?
No, I'm sorry, the big set in your hand. I saw that one.
Oh, wow, look at it.
Mine is a
About
big
building.
one. Oh, it's
That's
treehouse.
about building.
Magic treehouse.
Look, it's rocks. Oh,
Have you, hey
yeah.
Jeffrey, have you read any of the Magic Treehouse books?
Buildings.
I've got 2. I've just never read them.
Yeah, they're really good. Our second graders used to love them.
All right, ready?
Hang on,
Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a moment to appreciate what you just got.
Emma, what books did you get? You're welcome, Jeffrey. Bernstein Bears. Do you like Bernstein Bears, Emma? Yes. Did you see the big one? And Jackson, your books are all about tools. You like tools, right? And Cannon, yours are I Spies.
Books.
All right, let's put the books in the boxes and then we'll go on to number 2.
Okay, what is my box?
I have your box. You're fine right there.
All right, let's slide your box over to Dad. Good job, Emma. Slide your box over to Daddy.
Dancing all around.
Hey, Emma, what kind of dressing do you want?
Slide that slider. And when it comes down here, now you push the button. Falls on the bottom.
What? Making it that beep beep beep.
Oh, you pretend it's got, it could be your truck or your equipment or something.
This is my truck. But this is my truck. I'm trying to find the rest of the balls.
They're probably, I don't know where they are. And there's one in here. Stuck in here. Alright, it's closer.
Aren't they adorable?
They're adorable.
Your men are adorable, Karen.
Jackson is a mini for sure.
The
Lasagna's actually ready.
Okay. Did you all hear that? Supper's ready.
Are you ready to
Daddy,
eat,
my
Jackson?
daddy, I'm not yet.
Not yet. Maybe you can do
Because
one more
I'm
thing.
still.
How about you move that
Do
one?
one more thing and then let's.
Let's see what this does. Watch. You turn it.
He's busy,
This
Mom.
one still drives up my head.
Oh, dinosaur army going on over here.
Mommy,
He's already got his little Legos set up. Oh, look, that one's eating the...
Would you like this? No, 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 no. Ate it on my own. La, 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 la.
Okay, guys, here's the lasagna. We just had a lot of fun opening gifts, and now we're getting ready to settle down for some supper. A lasagna, and Karen made pies, and we had bread in the oven. There's salad over here. So